What's up, guys? So I'm back to the world of the living. I've been like super sick for the last 3 days, haven't moved, but now I had to catch up on a whole bunch of stuff. Today I want to talk about why investing in real estate, especially rental properties, is probably the best retirement plan you can have, and definitely one of the best things you could do as far as investing. Real estate every day. Owning rental properties is the best way to retire and have stable income over a long period of time and increase your net worth. And when you have kids, to be able to pass, appreciable assets down to them. But first I have to see the rehab progress on the fire damaged Burlington's house. I have to see where we are. I think we're close to 50%. So let's go check it out. People make fun of my scarf. I wear it all the time when it's cold, but that's what I do, man. A little bit later, I have a meeting with Matt, my insurance guy. Been trying to help him a little bit with his marketing. I gave him a few tips, and he's already gotten a whole bunch of leads, so that's cool. Later on, I'm showing some houses in Camden. Actually, just one. So, let's do it. Yeah, I haven't moved. This is the first time I moved.
You seem like you winded.
I'm like, I feel like you can still push me over really easy.
You still want to replace the panel, right?
Huh?
You still want to replace the panel to give you more spaces, or you don't care?
I mean, sure.
You'd rather just do it.
Yeah.
So this is like 14 or 16 inches of insulation compared to whatever you had in there that was like that. So you're like this now.
A little bit more.
With the new 410 systems, it's a higher pressure. So with those thin lines, yeah, it may work. It probably will work, but that's still a lot of pressure to put in a 1/4 inch line.
I see.
So really, you're supposed to use a 3/8 line. So that's why we replaced this. So you have all new refrigerant lines going to the unit. Other than that, that's about it. And of course, I said I'm more cutting out, like that little shit.
Yeah.
Little knick-knack stuff.
You got one yet?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen
What do
it.
you think?
I'm in the I liked it camp. I watched most of The Force Awakens yet last night, and I liked that a lot better though. So, but if you break the history, then it's weird. Well, hold on. I'm at this meeting. Can I call you back? I'm about to meet Matt. Talk about some stuff. All right, I'm done with the meeting. So like I was talking about, I think real estate investing is probably one of the best things you could do, especially like retiring. Even if you're a young person, you should start. Because, I mean, think about it. You could borrow a lot of money. You can leverage up to 100% of a property, meaning you can borrow 100% of what it costs to actually own the property. Even if you're making 10%, 20% on your return, you're still making out, plus you're getting capital appreciation. So, for example, my first investment property in Texas when I was in the Army, where that was 0% down payment with the VA loan, and that house was $176,000, and today it's worth $230,000, and I only owe about $135,000. I have about $100,000 of equity if I sold that property. I could have $100,000 cash. Plus, I make about $400 a month off of the off of the rent after I pay the property management and I pay the mortgage and everything. That's after all my costs. I make about, just say $5,000 a year off the property for the last 8 years or so. Plus when I sell it, you know, I'm going to get $100,000. And my plan for this property is just to keep it and hold it. Once the mortgage is paid off, probably make about $2,000 to $2,500 a month. And so you could live off of that, right? That's like a job. And so that's why one of the reasons why I'm super big on rental properties, especially. Another example is we're buying a duplex that we're supposed to close on in January. I'm going to go over all the numbers in detail about why we decided to purchase it and all that stuff. So when I get home, I'm going to give you guys the numbers on why I decided to buy this duplex. And actually, we're buying it with our real estate investment company with my partner, so it's not just me, it's me and Otis. So basically, when we get back, I'll explain the numbers and go into that in more detail. See you guys in a minute. Awesome, guys. So I'm home, and now I'm looking at our numbers so I can give you a better representation of what this deal looks like. So the property was listed at $99,000. We got it under contract for $88,000. The rent per month in each unit is $735. So annually, that's $17,640. Calculating a 5% vacancy rate, so I'm subtracting $882 out of the gross potential rent, which leaves me $16,758. That's the gross operating income. The property tax is $3,061. Insurance is $850 a year. That's an estimate, so that might be higher or lower by the end of closing. I'm including a 5% management fee. Our company is going to manage this property, so we're not actually paying that, but I do want to factor in the cost of our time, and that's something important to factor in, even if you are going to manage your own property. Repairs and maintenance, I'm calculating 10%, which is $1,764. And that might be a little low, honestly, but we'll see what it ends up being. I'm calculating another $1,300 for water. Now, the tenants will be paying water, but just in case there's any issues, I want to add that in. And remember, these numbers are annual. And that's a total operating expense of $7,812. So if you subtract that from the gross operating income, and you get a net operating income of $8,900 approximately. The net operating income, or the $8,900 in this case, represents how much we would make in a year if we didn't have any financing costs. But we're getting a hard money loan, and we're honestly getting murdered on the interest rate and the loan cost and the closing cost for this, but it still makes sense in my spreadsheet here, and I'd rather secure more properties and end up paying a little bit more financing, and over time being able to negotiate them down as we build a track record rather than doing nothing. So the principal and interest on this 30-year loan at 8.5% is $473 per month and about $5,600 annually. So if you subtract the $5,600, that leaves us making $3,261 a year. It doesn't seem like a great amount of money, but that extra $270 a month does make a difference. And so with closing cost and the down payment, we're paying about $37,000. And then the loan is covering the rest. So for $37,000, we're getting $270 a month. Plus, of course, we're going to get the appreciation of the property, hoping that the value of that property does go up, which typically is the case. That's why it's important to buy in areas you think will appreciate in value. So we're paying a cap rate of 10.2% according to my calculations here. And the cap rate is just the net operating income, the amount of money that the property would make before financing, divided by the total sales price. The cap rate is basically your return on investment if you bought the property cash. So in this case, we would get 10.2% back annually. Normally, if you're using financing, your return on investment is higher than the cap rate. Because our loan costs are so high, the return on investment is only 8.7%. But again, I will still take that. I'll take that income. We'll be able to use that to qualify for more properties in the future, building a relationship with this lender. And of course, I'm betting on some appreciation as well. These are real numbers. This is happening right now. And, you know, I'd like to be really transparent with you guys and really express to you how you really can make money buying rental properties and why owning rental properties is a great way and a path to financial freedom, and I really strongly believe in it. You don't have to be a full-time real estate investor to own some real estate and some rental properties, and they can give you a buffer when you're ready to retire. You know, my Texas property, for example, will make about $2,500 a month once I have the mortgage paid off in another 12 years or so. And so you could live off that if you needed to. Now imagine if you multiply that by 10, you know, then, you know, you're going to have a ton of income. You're going to be able to do whatever you want. And you'll basically reach financial freedom at that point. And so that's why, you know, that fundamental idea of owning rental properties, not really having to work and having other people manage them is the cornerstone to all my real estate investing, and why I'm so passionate about it, and why I'm trying to, you know, let other people know, because I want other people to be able to be financially free. I don't want people to have to work and struggle, especially, you know, when you do get older. I know a lot of people my age don't think about this, but you know, you're not going to want to work forever. You're going to want to take a day off and go to your kids' games and things like that. And owning rental properties is going to allow you to do that. There's not going to be as much pressure to have high income if you have your own income on the side. So that's pretty much it. Guys, I'm going to go show this house in Camden in another hour or two. I'm going to work on some other stuff. So I don't know if this is going to be the end of the video or I'm going to have some more stuff, so we'll see. Bye-bye.